Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manny B Investing MPI, and let's take a look at something that happened today, or if you're watching this, yesterday. WingRiders did kind of this soft launch. They launched. They didn't really give. They didn't give the mainstream Cardano community a heads up. It kind of just happened. I follow them, of course, and I saw the tweet and it said, "Have you heard? We are live on mainnet." And I've been in the Discords, I've even done a few videos on them. I didn't know that, today would be the day. But the interesting thing about this DEX, one, it is backed by Cardano, and by Cardano I mean Charles Hoskinson, Wave Financial. They've made monetary investments in this company, and Charles Hoskinson had mentioned on his AMA today that he had been working with them for a number of years. So it's very interesting. And then he also in that talked about how he and Cardano Foundation and Wave Financial kind of invest in different things that may not necessarily mesh. So they might be investing in rival groups or rival companies that are making a competing product. So that's interesting. There's a lot of sentiment on Twitter about that. Some people aren't very happy. Others are. Some people are a little disappointed that they're kind of left out of the graces of the blockchain, so to speak. And I've seen a few tweets. We'll cover that in another video, but I want to focus on why I'm interested in this particular tweet in this live. It is because they bring some stable coins to the Cardano mainnet, and my understanding of it might have been incorrect originally. I believe that this was going to be kind of a direct competitor with MilkySwap on Milkomeda, when in fact I was wrong. Seems like this is going to be a competitor with native Cardano dexes such as MinSwap, SundaySwap, and they're not actually going to necessarily be in competition with MilkySwap. Kind of. I think they're all in kind of competition with each other, but honestly, we live in a very large world with lots of people, lots of value, and people have different use cases for a DEX. I do believe that this space has room for all of them. And may the best one be the leader of the pack. So let's take a look. So this is the website. They have the enter the app in the corner, very similar to any other DEX that we've messed around with. So they got 44.57 million ADA in liquidity, and they have a little counter there. I don't know if that is real time, but very, very interesting. So this is the next thing on the roadmap, I'm assuming. Yeah. Governance, they don't have that launched yet. But I guess stablecoins are live. Let's click on this link, it'll take you. You can connect your wallet. I connected my Giro wallet here. It's got swap, it's got pools. And originally when I checked this morning, it was literally like one page. Now there's some other stuff on here now. There's so many. There's this kind of just. I bet there's projects out there that don't even know that they're live right now, because there's some stuff that I don't see on here. And it's weird that the stablecoins are on the third page. You can't sort. There's not a ton of liquidity for a lot of this stuff. Not a ton. Like Pernus has got like $500, less than $600. Ada's got like, this pool is, I don't know. This is an interesting launch of a DEX, and I know they're not worried because, they're funded, they're backed, they've got money, they've got room. But I just think it's a really weird kind of a launch. They've got some link to NFT Marketplace, a third-party application called Jammin' Bread. Okay. farming. They've got farming here. No data is really present. I feel like this is like really, really beta, in my opinion. But the focus I wanted to show is that it was up. You can use Giro Wallet with it. I don't know. My original look at it, I was a little bit more impressed because it kind of gave me the cyberpunk kind of vibes, but those vibes are kind of gone. I think they took a lot away. But you can swap for different things, Max 16 for 1 mint. Man, mint price is down. Mint price is really down. Those fees though, that's a lot in my opinion. I feel like that's a lot. 4.2 ADA plus 1.29 min or the fees. I feel like that is a lot. Does it cost that much on Sunday Swap? I'll have to look into that. But anyway, let's take a look at this this blog posting from the day that it launched here. Wanted to kind of get a better understanding, or at least their version of explaining how the stablecoin thing works on Cardano mainnet. So, greeting riders. We are excited to announce our partnership with Milkomeda and Flint Wallet and their implementation of the Ethereum virtual machine on the Milkomeda sidechain protocol, which will run on WADA or wrapped ADA from our mainnet launch. The protocol is a sidechain project on Cardano and allows fees to be paid in WADA or wrapped ADA. What this does for us at WingRiders, simple. Or what does this mean for us at WingRiders? Simple. ERC20 stablecoins USDC and USDT, and very soon BTC and ETH running on Cardano mainnet. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So it looks like this is similar to Milky Swap, but it's shifted to the left. Milky Swap is a DEX on Milkomeda, and it uses native ERC20, a lot of bridge stuff to Milkomeda, and bridged stuff from Cardano to Milkomeda, and then you swap on Milky Swap, and then you send your assets back to both sides. So it's a central kind of a thing. You have Cardano on one side, you have Milkomeda in the middle, and Ethereum on the right, and you bridge from both to the middle. This one kind of is all the way to the left. It's on Cardano, and you're bridging ERC to Milkomeda, and then from Milkomeda to WingRiders DEX, which is on a Cardano. So it's a little bit different. Let's see how they explain how this works. To understand more of the Milkomeda protocol, you can read about DC Spark. If you want to know more about the Milkomeda protocol, you can check Milkomeda's website here in the Milkomeda guide. First ever USDC transaction on Cardano mainnet. Let's take a look at that. So that is the transaction hash. USDC right there. Those are the fees. So those are normal fees. I don't know about this 4 ADA thing. I don't know what that's about. That seems really high. But USDC. So here's a little diagram. So you have the USDC, the ERC20. So this is Ethereum. This is Milkomeda. And this is Cardano. So you go from here, you bridge through Nomad to Milkomeda, and then from Milkomeda over to WingRiders in your native with a wrapped USDC, which is technically wrapped twice because you're wrapping here, then wrapping again here. Interesting. So you're going boom, boom, boom. That's what I mean by WingRiders is all the way to the left. It's not in the center on Milkomeda. It's on Cardano. So it's all the way to the left. Milky Swap is in the middle. Milky Swap is here. So you go Cardano tokens here and Ethereum tokens here, you swap, then you send back to the corresponding blockchains. But with WingRiders, you go boom, boom, and then boom, which I don't know what the difference is as far as, speed, fees. Well, obviously the fees might be higher. But I don't know if there's an advantage, security wise. So let's see. First, the user is able to migrate their Ethereum-based ERC20 assets to a Melcometa sidechain via the Nomad bridge. So you have your Ethereum and your USDC in your MetaMask. You bridge through Nomad to Melcometa. Melcometa itself is an EVM-based sidechain of Cardano, supporting ERC20 tokens stored for the user, for example, on their Flint wallet, or again, using MetaMask. So Milky Swap people, we're used to using MetaMask. So our MetaMask connects from here to here to here, and then we use Flint to send Cardano native tokens to our MetaMask connected to the DEX here. A gateway will lock their ERC20 tokens, then issue Cardano native equivalents of these tokens onto the Cardano blockchain. This can be done via the Flint wallet. So that's interesting. I didn't know that they were going to be doing that. Obviously, to map ERC20 tokens to a UTXO-based Cardano chain, this is an extended UTXO model. Ethereum is accounts-based model. We need a gateway called Melcometa Bridge to handle the mapping. So Melcometa now has a bridge from here to here. And Milky Swap users, we're familiar with it pointing this way and pointing this way, and then going, when you're doing your business and you're done with business, you go back both sides. But with this, you go boom, boom. And then when you're done, you go back, boom, then you go back again, boom. Obviously to map, okay, so they lock them up, wrapped tokens on Cardano. Looking at a diagram above, you can see from the Ethereum blockchain to the Melcometa sidechain, these are all ETH chains and can be handled by MetaMask. Once those tokens have reached the Melcometa bridge, they will hit a certain smart contract address and become locked. At the same time, the mapping entity will be releasing a pre-minted 20 USD tokens that are locked on the Cardano mainnet blockchain. These tokens will be mapped back to the smart contract holding the locked ERC20 tokens. So what that means is they're pre-minted. I don't know how many are minted, but they're saying that all of these will be pre-minted. So they'll already be here in a contract locked. So you won't be fresh minting these tokens. So what it does, so say for instance, you have 10 USDC stablecoins and you want to trade them on WingRiders on Cardano. What you do is you bridge them over, boom, and then you bridge them again and they lock them. So they lock, and then they say over here, hey, this guy just locked 20 or 10 USDCs, so he is entitled to 10 USDC on Cardano. And it unlocks those for you to use on Cardano. And when you're done, and whatever you want to take back, you do the same thing in reverse. You come back and you say, hey, this dude's bringing back, maybe you made some money. Hey, he's bringing back 50 USDC tokens. So it goes, okay, he's entitled to the 50. So they lock these and then unlock it. I'm assuming they're locking them and they're not burning them over here. They're kind of just used by everyone since they're pre-minted. And they unlock here and then you bridge back to your MetaMask is what I'm assuming. So that's very interesting. That is not how Milky Swap works. It's a little bit different. And they go on to explain how wrapped assets work. We kind of just did that, but let's read through. Looking at the diagram above, you see the blockchain handled by the MetaMask. Once these tokens have reached the Melcometa bridge, they will hit a certain smart contract address, become locked. At the same time, the mapping entity will release the pre-minted 20 USD tokens that are locked on the Cardano mainnet blockchain. These tokens will be mapped back to a smart contract holding the locked ERC20. Okay, so they know who you are. Melcometa includes just such a bridge, the Melcometa bridge, where the assets are locked on the Cardano side and the wrapped assets counterparts are released. This part of the ERC20 token journey. Following this, the wrapped tokens, Cardano mainnet CNT equivalent, representing the ERC20 tokens, can be sent from the Milkomeda gateway to the Flint wallet. Flint wallet is already supported by WingRiders AMM DEX, thus enabling the user to use these tokens to swap or add liquidity according to his needs or her. As you can see from the diagram above, this allows wrapped ERC20 stablecoins to move across the Cardano network to be swapped or traded. So you got a person with 20 USDC, they go to Milkomeda, they lock that up, they go across the bridge, it unlocks those wrapped versions, so you get wrapped USDC on Cardano as a native asset. Very interesting. What does this mean for Cardano? Well, one of the things that really boosted adoption of Ethereum in 2018-2019 was the adoption of stablecoins. These provide value in two ways. They become a non-volatile, safe harbor asset for people on a DEX or more widely on the Cardano blockchain. Because stablecoins are stable, in the case of USDC, they are pegged to the US dollar. By providing a simple way to get into the market, stablecoins act as a great liquidity accelerator for the entire crypto ecosystem. When Tether launched, it quickly went from millions to tens of millions to billions of dollars in total value. The utility of stablecoin is not to be underestimated. WingRiders aims to complete the journey of ERC20 tokens to the Cardano mainnet. With this partnership in place, Milkomeda and Flint, this functionality will be available from WingRiders DEX mainnet launch. This means that it will be relatively easy in the future to begin to include the most popular and common ERC20 token pairs with Cardano native tokens on the WingRiders platform. Very interesting. I thought that WingRiders was going to be a Milkomeda DEX, but in reality, they aren't. They're a Cardano DEX with a partnership and bridge from Milkomeda to Cardano. So I was waiting this whole time for, WingRiders to jump on the Milkomeda, on the DeFi Llama and see where they would be. Will Milky Swap give up the dominance to WingRiders when that was not the case this whole time? WingRiders is a Cardano DEX that has a bridge from Milkomeda that can port over, for now, just stablecoins, USDT and USDC. So that's very interesting. So my mind is it's not blown, but I definitely was not expecting this. Interesting. Well, this is why we do this. This is why we read. This is why we dive into projects to see how they work. So what are my thoughts on this? Okay, so Tether has that issue. I think these stable coins are kind of the standard right now in crypto, but they can be improved. And I think JED is going to be that improvement. Hopefully, they launch soon without much of an issue, because I think JED is going to be that thing that the industry needs. That's why people are so bullish on Cody, because a lot of people know how shady and shaky the ground is beneath these stable coins. In a lot of the ways that they're built, especially with Tether, they're not backed one-to-one with the United States dollar. I don't even think USDC is either. So there's a lot of regulatory issues because there's no clarity. There's a lot of trust. Like, can you actually trust storing your hard-earned money on Tether? What happens if the world's economy is shaken worse than it is right now? Will Tether stand the test of time? Will it constantly be worth about $1? Can you trust that? We don't know. Only time will tell. That's why a lot of people are anticipating, JED, because they're supposedly supposed to be doing it right with the implementation of it. It's supposed to be backed. It's supposed to be capable of being, falling within regulatory guidelines across the global economic powers, so to speak. So I think this is good, but ultimately, I think JET is going to be that stable coin that kind of changes the world. Hopefully, it'll be, you know, compatible with all of these different blockchains and you can move it around. Two, my issue is security. So we're bridging and we're storing these tokens all over the place in these contracts, and they're pre-minted and it's designed to work. But what happens if there's an exploit? What happens if someone can fool one of the smart contracts? What if they can fool the one on Milkomeda, or they can fool the Cardano one? What if they can fool the Cardano contract to release stable coins to a person or a wallet that is not entitled to them? Or what if they can trick, you know, the Milkomeda smart contract on the way back? Then what? What do you do then? So a lot of this stuff it's brand new. We're going to have to kind of wait and hope and trust and see what the security aspects of all this stuff ends up being. I know it's all audited and all that good stuff, but just like with MinSwap, you can make mistakes, and those mistakes can be very costly in the millions, hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars, like with Ethereum hacks. So only time will tell how safe a lot of this stuff is. And with that being said, be careful out there. Don't invest more than you can lose. And thank you for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like, hit that share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.